In this video of Oracle SQL, we will start filtering the data. So far in the SQL select statement, we were able to filter the columns using the select statement, and in the select we passed those particular column names which we wanted to retrieve. But we noticed so far like all the records which are there in the table are being retrieved. But in this video we'll see how can we filter the data. So basically for filtering, we are going to work with the where clause in which you can pass some specific conditions, and any record which is satisfying that condition will be there in the output. You can use various operators to pass the conditions, and we are going to cover the operators also in this particular video. But as we have already used this where clause earlier, like in update and delete, in this video tutorial we use the where clause to pass a condition which I want to update and which records I want to delete. So in the very same way we will pass the conditions here also, and by using some more operators we will be able enough to write the conditions more efficiently. So let's start with the comparison operators. As you can see, the equal to, not equals to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, and less than equal to. These are the operators which can be used for the comparing the equality, inequality. Maybe if some value is greater, like I want to get only those employees whose salary is greater than 10,000, salary is less than 10,000, salary is greater than or equal to 10,000, means in this particular way the employee getting 10,000 will also be retrieved, but in this it will not, because it is not comparing the equality, it is just comparing the greater than values. Alright, so let's see practically how can we start working with these basic comparison operators. So far in the video series, we have used the select statement in which I can pass the number of column names. It will filter the number of columns from the actual table. For example, if my table is having 10 or more than that columns, but here in the output I can see only 4 or 5 columns, whatever we have mentioned here after the select keyword. But now we'll start filtering the rows, as here every time I am executing a command I am getting all the rows. That is, currently I have 107 rows in my table. I can see all those records right here. So for putting the filter things, what I will do is I will simply add the where clause after the from keyword. So here I can simply write a where clause, and then I can start writing a condition. For example, I want to get only those employees who are working in department 50. So for that, what I'll do is I'll say department ID. Make sure you are using the correct department or maybe any column name right here, and in where you cannot use the alias. If you are using any aliasing in the select statement, you cannot use any alias name right here in the where clause. So where department ID is equal to, let's say, 50. Alright, so let's say execute, and here you can see 45 rows selected, means out of 107, 45 employees are working in department 50, which you can see right here, all are having department 50. Alright, so this is how you can start writing the data conditions. Similarly, if I'll just say the opposite of that, I want to get only those employees who are not working in department 50. So I will simply say not equals to by putting exclamation sign before the equals, and it will reverse the condition. So now I will get 61 records in the output. Alright, so it is completely reverse, equals to and not equals to. Similarly, if you want to use any other operators, for example, I want to get only those employees who are working, who are earning more than 10,000. So I'll just change the condition from column name. So here I'll say where salary is greater than 10,000. Alright, and as soon as I will execute, you can see I got 15 rows. But here I will get only those employees who are earning more than 10,000. Even if any employee is earning 10,000 will not be selected, because this is greater than an operator and it will only take care of the greater values. If I want to get the
10,000 means any employee who is earning 10,000 also. So for that I will just change this operator to a bit. I will use greater than equals to. So this will allow me to see all the records who are earning more than or equal to 10,000. As you can see, initially it was 15 rows, but now there are 19 rows, because out of this 4 employees like 1, 2, 3 and this 4 are getting 10,000 exactly, and in the previous output those records were ignored. Similarly, if you want or if it's required, you can also go for the less than operator. So simply, if you will say less than, you will get 88 records. When you will say less than or equal to, you will get those additional 4 records as well, and it will make it 92. So this is how you can use these basic comparison operators while writing a condition.
In case you want to pass multiple conditions, for example, I want to get those employees who are working in department 20 and are earning more than 10,000. So such values can be found by using the logical operators. Basically, in logical operators like and or, these are the binary operators which deals with the boolean values and returns a boolean. So when both the conditions are true, means if I'm talking about the department and salary both, so if I want, I should get only those records who are satisfying both the conditions, then I will go for the AND operator. But if I'm fine, like any one condition should be true at least, then I will go for the OR operator, where NOT operator will be working as a unary operator which will simply convert the true to false and false to true. But before working with this NOT, let's have a very quick overview of the AND OR operator.
Now let's say I want to get multiple conditions in my where clause. For example, I want to get only those employees who are earning more than 5,000 or 8,000 in a particular department, let's say department 20. So if I'll say I want to get those employees who are working in department 20 and are earning more than 8,000, so it is having a couple of conditions. One is department and another one is salary, and I want both conditions must match. So here I will use the AND operator. So what I'll say is, where salary is greater than or equal to 8,000 and department ID is equal to 20. Alright, so when you will execute, you will get only those employees, or a single employee this time, who are earning more than 8,000 and working in department 20. Similarly, if you want to get the same thing in some other department, let's change the department, let's use 50. Here I'll get a couple of employees who are earning more than or equals to, because here I'm using greater than or equal to sign. So who are earning more than or equal to 8,000 and working in department 50. So as I said earlier also, whenever you want the couple of conditions, means both the conditions to be satisfied, you will go for the AND operator. But suppose in some circumstances I want only one condition can be true and it will be fine for me. So in those situations I can go for the OR operator as well. For example, in my output I want 101, 105 and 108. These 3 employee IDs records I should get in the output. So what I can do is, I will continue with the same column list from employees, and where I will use employee ID is equal to 101 or employee ID is equal to 105 or employee ID is equal to 108. Alright, so obviously for a single record, one employee ID cannot satisfy all the 3 conditions. Means if you will use AND operator, you will get nothing. But for a single record, either the employee ID will be 101 or 105 or 108 or maybe something else. But I'm not talking about those something else. Only these 3 records will be here in the output. So as you can see, 101, 105 and 108 are there in the output. So this is how you can plan accordingly, like where to and when to go for the AND operator and when to go for the OR operator.
Now let's have a look to some more operators like in, between and, like and is null. If we are working with the equal operator, so basically that equal operator will be able to compare a single value. But if I want to compare multiple values at the same time in a select statement, I can go for the in operator, which will accept the multiple values and number of values which you want, and any record which is satisfying the condition will be retrieved. Next is between and. So basically whenever you want to compare a range, like I want to get all those employees who are earning 10,000 to 20,000, so I can do it like between 10,000 and 20,000. So this is the operator which is used for the ranges comparison. Like operator is used to compare a pattern. For example, if I write where employee name is Anadi, so it is equals to Anadi, so it will match the exact string. But if I want to get those employees whose names are getting started with A, maybe I want to get all those employees whose email ID is in Gmail or in Yahoo. So it is nothing, I'm not comparing the complete string, but I'm comparing a pattern, and I can do that with the help of these like operator. So in like operator, we will also work with the wildcard characters, which will allow us to create the pattern, which we'll see during the implementation only. And finally, is null operator, because these operators, any other operator will not be able to compare a null value. For comparing a null, we will have the is null operator. We can also add the not operator, which we have seen here, along with these operators, like it will make it reverse. For example, if I am saying names in employee 1, employee 2, employee 3, so all these 3 records will be there. But if I'll say not in, so except these 3, all the records will be there. Similarly, between and, not between and, like, not like, is null, is not null. So you can add that not operator anywhere to reverse the condition. So let's see all these operators practically.
So now for using the in operator, I can actually make some modifications in this example which I have used in my previous OR operator. So basically whenever you want to compare multiple values for a single column, rather than passing the conditions like this, I can simply write it in a very short manner using the in operator. So here inside what I'll do is 101, 105, 108, 112 or whatever values you are looking for. Alright, you just need to pass this in operator, and after the parenthesis, inside the parenthesis you can pass all the values which you are looking for, and in the output you will get all the values. Like here in the output you can see all the 4 records are there. So this is what I was talking about in the in operator, where you will get all the values satisfied, but in equals to it can only compare a single value. Rather, in operator can compare multiple values in equality at the same time. Similarly, if you want to get a reverse of this, you can simply replace this in, and you can actually add a not keyword also. And now here you can see you are getting 103 records. As in the table we have 107 records, out of which those 4 records are excluded, and remaining all the 103 records are here in the output. So this is how you can start working with the in operator. Now if I want to pass some range in my condition, I can do it like that. Like here I want to get all those employees who are earning between 5,000 to 10,000. But rather than writing this particular condition like this, I can go for a between and operator, and here I can simply write where salary between 5,000 and 10,000. You don't have to write the column name again and again. You can just pass the lower limit first and then the upper limit. Make sure you're not using like between 10,000 and 5,000. It will not show you anything, alright, because the first value will be compared by greater than or equal to, and the second value will be internally compared by less than or equal to. Alright, so make sure you are using the lower limit first and then the upper limit. And here you can get all those 43 records who are earning in that particular range. If you want, you can also use the order by clause, which will make the output more clear. All right, but make sure whenever you are using order by, it will be at the last only. All right, so let's sort it on the basis of column 4, that is salary. All right, and here you can see like it's starting from 58. All right, maybe it's not starting from 5000, 5800 till 10,000. All right, so all the employees earning in this particular range are here in this output. Again, similarly, you can reverse this particular operator also by using a not keyword. So I'll simply say salary not between 5,000 and 10,000. All right, and again the order by clause, so you will get the remaining 64 records. All right, and for sure it will not be in that particular range. As you can see, it's starting from 2100, and then as soon as it will reach 48, the next record is after 10,000. All right, so no record is here between that particular range which I have passed earlier. Now let's get started with the like operator. So for like operator, I'll again do a similar thing. I'll use the same columns at least. All right, and here I'll just change in the where clause. Now for example, I want to get only those employees whose names are starting with A. All right, as I said in the description also, the like operator will not compare the exact value, but it will make you compare the pattern. So here what I can do is where first name like, and after this like you can pass any format. Like for me, I want to get only those employees whose names are starting with A. So A will be like this. All right, the compare strings are case sensitive, so make sure if it's first thing, you will not write it like this. All right, so like A and then a wildcard character, and here for multiple characters comparison I will use percentage operator. Now percentage is a wildcard character here, which means either 0 or multiple characters. All right, means doesn't matter how many characters should be there after A, but the first character should be A, and then after you can use just compare as many as characters. Like so here as well you can see Alexander, Adam, Ellen, Amit, Elena, all are having different number of characters after A, but all are getting started with A only. Similarly, if I want to get those employees whose names are ending with A, so in beginning it could be anything, but at last it must be an A. So here you can see Nina, Dinah, Shanta, Elena, Julia, whatever names are there, all names are getting ended with A. Now if you want to pass the exact number of characters that should be there in the pattern, you can do that as well by using a different wildcard character. Like for example, where first name like A, 1 underscore, 2 underscore, 3 underscore, 4 underscore, means I want after A only 4 characters can be there. As you can see, Ellen and Elena. Alright, these are the names which are starting with A, and after that there are 4 characters. Similarly, if I will increase the number of underscore or decrease, like I add one more, now I'll get A and then 5 characters after that. Alright, so this is how you can start working with the like operator by using the underscore, a single character wildcard, and the percentage 0 or multiple character wildcard. Now whenever I want to write a condition and in the condition I want to compare a null value, actually I can't use any other operator for that. For example, I want to get those employees whose departments are currently null, means they have been not designated to any department. So for that, if I'll write where department ID is equal to null, you will not get anything, because equals to can compare a single value, but actually null is not a value. Null is something unassigned, uninitialized. Alright, so for especially comparing a null value, we have the is null operator. And as soon as I'll use that, you can see there is someone called employee ID 108 Kimberly Grant, earning 7,000 but not working in any department. Alright, so this is about the is null operator. Again, it can be reverted by using not, like is not null. So all the records except that one will be here in the output. As you can see, there are 106 records out of 107. Only one record with employee ID 178 is not here. After 177, it's 179. Alright, so this is how you can use all those modern operators of SQL in your Oracle statements.